It's just like honey when your love comes over me. I'm sitting there listening to that dang on T.S. Madison, and she done got honey in my head. Anyway, happy Friday Eve, good people. So, I wanted to have a discussion or just to give my opinion on what I think has been kind of running rampant in the YouTube streets and what I actually feel is a good conversation piece. I want to start off first by saying I feel like many of us are, when you hear something there, from what I gather, I'll put it this way, because I'm a person that I'm a voyeur. I watch, I sit, I listen. I think before I speak. And I feel like based on a lot of what I have been watching in people's lives, people's chats, about the issue with homophobia, I feel like people are reactors instead of taking your time to use reason and logic. There's been an argument that homophobia is the downfall of or the breakdown of black families and black men. And I didn't react right away. I just sat and took it all in. But instantly I see people, commenters, subscribers, instantly attacking people who have opposing opinions on it. Take the time out first to always respect someone's opinion. You don't have to like it and you don't have to agree with it, but as I always say, we can agree to disagree respectfully. Now, again, when I'm having a conversation, dialogue with someone, I hear what you're saying and I respect what you're saying. However, my feelings are this, and this is my feelings on it, you all. I have always just been a very out there type of girl. I always marched to the beat of my own drum from very, very young age. I have very traditional Southern roots as far as my parents, grandparents. They are big on homophobia and gay people wouldn't be disrespectful. I put it this way. Due to me exposing them to some things, they have been more open to what they were taught was wrong. And I have a friend for over 10 years who is a homosexual man. And here in Chicago, we have a large gay ball scene. So I was introduced to the ball scenes at early ages, early teens. I was introduced to the drag queens, the trans, all of that. I knew about that way back when. And I never was one it wasn't grotesque to me. I said, let me be open. Let me try to get into the mind of, I always tell people if I didn't go into healthcare, into therapy or nursing that I did, I probably would have studied psychology because I just enjoy the psyche of people. So I said, let me see the community. Let me see how people in the LGBT community, what's it about? I was open to it. And I made friends for a lifetime. They the same as me and you. They just, what they choose to do sexually or who they choose to fall in love with, it's just not my business, And people only do what they are taught and what they've learned. So that's why I said my parents, grandparents were very Southern traditional. At the core of it, all this homophobia stuff is rooted in religion. We were asked that in Vegas, what do we think and why do we think there's such a stigma against the LGBT community, and I'm telling you, it's religion. As black people, as slaves, everything was taught to us, given to us, and we've been so brainwashed by many things that we can't open up our eyes enough to see or learn from someone else's community, someone else's cultures. And again, that was my grandparents and my parents at once upon a time. A gay best friend? What you mean you got a gay best friend? So what you trying to come out, or you trying to start being funny? You know, I would get the conversation like that until I would start exposing them. Let me bring my friend around you. Come out to an event. Exposure to things makes all the difference in the world. You can't be so closed off and stuck on your ideals of things that are the norm to you. You miss out on so many great things. And I have I'm thankful that I was able to go to a school, college that was very like, I went to all white schools. I got to get exposed to different cultures. I got exposed to different foods. I don't eat just soul food. You know, I had to watch the way I said things, because I used to piss off a lot of people, because I'd be like, when they be cooking, or I ask somebody, what are you cooking? And they'll tell me, oh, macaroni and cheese, greens, boom, boom, boom. The traditional soul food items, I'd be like, you know, I ain't in the mood to eat that yard food. And they be like, yard food? And I didn't mean it offensively. I watch it now because I know better. When you know better, you do better, hopefully. But I would be like, you know, it's more to life than neck bones, collard greens, macaroni. Like, it's what you know and it's what you're comfortable with. But try something else, it will blow your mind. And so when it comes to the argument of homophobia leading to like the breakdown of black families and all of that, that's a joke to me. It's such a joke to me. The breakdown of a lot of our black families, and again, I'm speaking from opinion, I'm speaking from my experience coming from a quote unquote broken home, a fatherless home. I didn't have a father in the home. My father had wayward peen. That was the breakdown. My daddy didn't have nothing to do with the homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, my daddy was, not to put too much of his business out there, but he dibbled and dabbled in things that my mother wasn't willing to accept. So, breakdown of black families can be from infidelity, drug abuse, physical violence, fatherless homes with women now trying to raise the families and doing everything they can. We have way more things that are the breakdowns of the black community than for homosexual activity to be put up there as number one, y'all. I'm just sorry. Now, I feel like oftentimes we continue to cherry pick out that Bible. We cherry pick everything we want to make our arguments logical and valid. The biggest thing out of all the sins in the Bible and all the things they teach us is wrong, the one thing the black community is so deeply rooted in is this homosexuality. But what about adultery? What about, fornication? But we cherry pick that homosexuality thing. And I'm going to tell you this. And again, it's my opinion and how I feel. You can agree to disagree. I feel there are way more black people that are fighting and battling, trying to come to terms with their sexuality. Molestation, rape, so much stuff has gone on in the black community for years. Years and years and years. So much was taught. There's reasons why your mom or your grandma would tell you, don't wear them shorts or whatever. Don't wear no short shirt. Don't come out here with your pajamas if your daddy here, your grandpa here. Like, because it's just a very real thing. Molestation been going on for ages in the black community. And I feel like there is such a battle and there's turmoil about one's sexuality, especially in the black community, because of shame and because of all of that. And the conversation is certainly needed to be had. This a whole asshole right here. Excuse me, y'all. Fucking bitch wouldn't let me get over. Pardon me. Excuse me. Road rage. So I definitely feel like a lot of the stigma against homosexuals and LGBT community, I feel like a lot of it comes from an internalized battle of thine own self and who a person is. I'm gonna be quite honest. So as not to draw out this video, because somehow I feel like I should have went live, but it's not to make this a super long video. I say all that to say this. Let's learn how to love on one another a little bit better. Let's learn how to respect each other's differences. You could really learn.
Turn right onto West 45th Street.
You could really learn something from others. Step outside of yourselves for once. I really do feel,
in half a mile, turn left onto Kennedy Avenue.
I really do feel like at the core of all people, at the core of things is love. And I feel like even though there's a lot of wickedness and crazies in the world, I do feel like people are genuinely good. I really do feel like people are genuinely good. It's just a lot of bad things happen to good people and turn their thinking just somewhere else. So instead of being so judgmental, start taking a step back. Stop being so reactionary and start just using logic and reason and understanding each other versus tearing down and hate. That's what we need.
Turn left onto Kennedy Avenue.
That's what we need. So that's all I have to say for now on that. I love you guys. Be good to others. Definitely be good to yourselves. I'll see you soon. Mwah.